Hey, everybody. What's up? It's 10 o'clock. It's Thursday. It means it's time for the VS Code live stream. What's up, George? George is first. Alessandro, what's up, Tony? Yeah, the title of this stream is kind of funny. Building ChatGPT, using ChatGPT and GitHub Copilot. And you're probably wondering what exactly that is, which we'll talk about in just a second. I'll give everybody some more time to get in. How's everybody doing today? Yeah, what's up? How is everybody doing? Thank you, Delta. What's up, everybody? Yeah, Inception, exactly. I feel like I should put the title in here somehow. How can I put the title, producer, across the, what is this? Edit the layout? No. We can put it like in a banner or something so people know what we're doing. I guess it's in the video title too, don't we? Yeah, the title is how many times can you put ChatGPT into a title to get people to show up to a live stream? What's up? Hello from Brazil. What's up, Brazil? Wellington, what's going on? What's up, Costa Rica? I would like to someday go to Costa Rica. It's on my list. So what's up, chat? Did y'all go to, we're going to start here in just a minute. Starting shortly. Did y'all watch, who watched Build last week? Did y'all watch it? Like at least watch the keynote? Curious who watched Build. Or did you go to any sessions? I think because they didn't stream them all, but they streamed a bunch of them. Yeah. So, Doug, what was your favorite announcement? Like the Copilot stuff? Yeah, this is definitely true. In fact, somebody had made a joke. They said, just drink every time they say Copilot. It would have been a short day. Yeah, what's up? Man, people from all over. What's up, Tel Aviv? What's up, India? Will we be building and compiling an LLM or coding up an LLM? No. We're not going to build an LLM. I'll show you what we're going to do, though. Yeah, Copilot for students. Yeah, by the way, if you didn't know, if you're a student, you do get Copilot, I think, for free, right? Noob Science, is that right? Did I say that right? What's up, Mozambique? Bulgaria, true story. Alexander, I used to work for a Bulgarian company. I've been to Sofia many, many times. It is a beautiful, beautiful city and beautiful country. I've also been to Plovdiv. I've been to, what's the humor capital of Bulgaria? Help me out, Alexander. I've forgotten the name. It's been so many years since I've been. There's a humor museum there. Macedonia? Wow. Ohio. Come on. Come on, Bob. Macedonia. There's probably a Macedonia. I'm in Tennessee. I'm sure there's a Macedonia in Tennessee as well. Plovdiv, yeah, but that's not the cap. That's not the humor. Bulgaria has like a humor museum in one of the cities, and I went to it, and it's just on the tip of my tongue, and I can't remember it. The whole museum is just dedicated to humor, which is quite interesting. Okay. I for one, yeah, right. So what we're gonna do, y'all, is we're literally just gonna build ChatGPT, and what I mean by that is we're gonna build this. So one of the things, we're gonna use ChatGPT to do this. We're gonna use Copilot, and we're gonna use OpenAI. Gabravo, that's right. Thank you, Alexander. Nailed it. Yeah, Gabravo. Man, a lot of people know that. That's where the humor museum is. Any idea when Copilot Chat will be available for VS Code Stable? I know they're getting people off the wait list now. They're moving people off. I've seen a lot of stuff go out. So I think soonish, hopefully. I don't know. I can't give you a date. I wish I could. Please don't ask me that question. I hate having to answer that question because I can't say today. All right, so we're going to build this interface. We're going to build this whole program, actually. We're going to do it just like from scratch. And y'all, I'm going to need your help because I don't think I can get through this. I'm going to be honest. It's going to be interesting. So one of the things that I heard the ChatGPT, OpenAI founders say was that having a really good interface for your product is one of the things that they learned is a simple and good interface for your product is key to success because ChatGPT is the fastest growing app in human history, I believe. I don't have any data to back that up, but I believe that is correct. And so this interface that they've built for ChatGPT is part of the reason why, and they realize that. So, yeah, we're gonna try to build it, see how it goes. Okay, so let's jump over to VS Code here, and you can see that we are starting from scratch. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. I hope that's all right, y'all. I need more screen real estate. We're starting from scratch. We don't have anything. The only thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in, let's open this folder here. We're just going to call it ChatGPT. So there is one file in here and it has my OpenAI key, which I don't want to show to the world. I hope you understand. So that's the only thing we've got. I swear that's all that's in there. It just adds it to the global object of the window so that we can use it. So let's start here with, let's create an index file. And this will be our interface that we're building, right? And just as a reminder, what are we building? We're building this. There's text box at the bottom. This stuff scrolls, there's no header. And then you have these messages. And I'm not going to use any JavaScript frameworks. I am going to use the OpenAI API. Yes, I am. Yes. Only we're going to do something stupid with the prompt. We're going to try to make it like super sarcastic and rude. I actually know how to do this. I'll show you. Okay. Did we meet at Build? Sorry, Sean. I met so many people at Build. If I met you, then it was great to meet. Oh, wait, that's right. I did meet you at Build. I do remember now. I do remember. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. Let's go back. So let's get started here. Let's start off with our HTML page. This is ChatGPT that we're building. And so what do we need here? So we've not got a header. I'm not going to build a sidebar yet either. I'm just like, you can't even collapse this sidebar, can you? So imagine this doesn't exist. We'll just like build this over here. So we have let's put everything inside of like a container, and then we have a main area, and then we have this like persistent footer. So main area, and this is where the chat goes, and then this here, this is where the like, what do you call that? The message box? What is this thing down here at the bottom? What is this? It's the message box where the chat box goes. Okay. And then let's like do a little side-by-side action here. So we need some CSS. Actually, curiously, y'all, I took a look at this and it looks to me like they are using Tailwind CSS here. Does it look like that to you too? Like, look at all this. Look at this. Right? And I guess I don't know what these prefixes are in Tailwind, but yeah, it looks like Tailwind. I'm not sure how I feel about Tailwind. Do y'all like Tailwind? I know a lot of people really like it because it's so declarative, but we're not going to use Tailwind. We are going to use just regular CSS, and we're not going to use any JavaScript frameworks. We're going to just use plain vanilla JavaScript and see what we can do. Yeah, it is, Thomas. It is Tailwind, right? Yeah. Okay, so this is Tailwind. So they're using Tailwind. We're not going to use Tailwind. So let's just use like a regular CSS file. We'll just call it index. Then let's add it here. Okay. And then we can start writing. So we have, okay. So let's just start with a comment here and ask Copilot to give create a CSS layout for a main element and a footer element, because that's what we've got, right? Let's wrap. No, just toggle the word wrap. So we want to do that, and then we want to say the footer element should be sticky at the bottom. All right. Okay, so this is not what we want. If we do, but we can start to like prompt this thing a little bit. Let's see what it gives us. This is Copilot now writing this footer. Okay. So this is not quite what we want. So the footer should be sticky at the bottom. So let's see here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight all this and open the inline chat. This is part of the new functionality that I know many of y'all are waiting for. So let's just tell it the footer should always be at the bottom of the page. See what happens. No, oops, sorry, I hit the wrong. The footer should always be at the bottom of the page. See what it does. Where did it go? Now it's completely gone. It removed all the text but the footer. No. Let's try this again. The footer should always be at the bottom of the page. There we go. Okay, so we're getting closer. So let's accept that. Now I need to test this because we need to make sure that like this actually scrolls here. So let's go here and create some lorem ipsum text. By the way, y'all, Copilot will create lorem ipsum text. You can say like, give me 100 lines of fake text. But you can see like it's spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning because you're asking for a huge result here, and it's the more text it has to give you back, like the longer it has to cook. And so try not to do that. Instead, like VS Code can do this just fine. Create 100 lines of lorem ipsum text. And this is basically what we want, right? Hold on, but no, because it's scrolling underneath the footer. So let's work on that. Let's see. Whoa, where's my chat box? The main content area should not go underneath, should not extend underneath the footer. Let's see if we can fix that. No, that's not even close to what I wanted. Let's get out of that. So let's try it again. The main content area should scroll when the contents are too big for the container. Did that work? I don't think so. No, we're still scrolling below. All right, we'll come back to this here in a minute. All right, so let's add a text box here. Let's get rid of our lorem ipsum text. Gone. Let's add so what we want here is I'm gonna create a div here. I'm gonna give it a class of new message. And then inside, I'm gonna put a text area and give it an ID of new message because we're gonna kind of treat these things differently. And then I'm gonna just make it that size because the main area should never go behind the footer. Let's try that. Main area should never go behind the footer. margin, adjust this to the value. I think this is it. I think you got it. I think you got it, Nabil. That was pretty cool. Yeah, even Copilot loves PHP. Yeah. No, that's it. Don't change it. All right, we'll just accept the answer. Yeah, I had this thought too. Like, why don't they just put it behind Alexa or Siri, right? Like, voice recognition is a different problem, but the answers that you get from those things are often so bad or so limited. Why don't we have that yet? Thank you. I think this actually did work. We're going to find out here. Yeah, because see, it changed the height of the footer. I don't think we want it this big. How, maybe that big or this big? Yeah. And then at this right here, margin bottom, that should do it. I like that it put these comments in here for us too. It's like, adjust this value to the height of your footer. All right. Now, the reason why I'm wrapping this in a div is because if you look at the way that ChatGPT does this, is that they wrap, so here's their text area, and they wrap it in a div, right? So it looks like this is the text area, but the text area is actually in here, and that's so they can put this button next to it. So we're going to do something similar. So let's do, let me turn on the wrap again. So let's come back to our CSS file here, and for our new message class. So first of all, we need to back up a second. The maximum width of this thing is like, what? 768 pixels. So I feel like what we need is that the footer should have a max width of 768 pixels. I'm not going to deal with breakpoints at the moment. Let's get this out of here. And it should have, its margin should be, let's do margin auto. So what are we, let's see, what does this look like now? No, give me this. So that's our footer. So the footer is, well, maybe it's because, so the footer is still, I gave it a max width. New message, footer, div, footer. I don't know what I did wrong there. Let's see here, footer. Let's get rid of this for a second. So let's see, let's give this thing max width. Let's, what if we just give it a width of 768 pixels for now. And then background, light gray. I feel like it's not respecting, it's just like, what is this? It's still 100%. Oh, because of position fixed. I look like a tech version of Joe K. I'll take that. That's a nice compliment. He's a funny dude. All right. So what we should do instead then is inside of our footer, let's say that our new message class is, so let's let's take this out. Let's put our new message class here. And this thing is going to be, this was going to have a max width of 768 pixels, 768 pixels. And margin auto. And let's see, backgrounds. No. What's this? That'll work. So is it 768 pixels now? No, like it's still, what is going on? What if we just say this? 2 widths. Oh, there is 2 widths. Doesn't seem to make a difference though. Do I need to reset the position here because it's position relative? No. Ah. You know what? Let's ask Copilot. A new message. What is it? What is that? Background color. Kind of. Position fix right bottom. No. Let's do this. Let's do max width of 768 pixels. See if it can help. Oh, it gave us a media query. That's weird. Let's see. Color 333. Yeah, you can't embed media queries. What is this? Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to stop messing with this. Let's just go to our text. We have our text area in here. We can work with that. So the text area will be new message. Let's see. Doop. So for the text area, we want this thing to be, so first of all, don't allow resize. Yeah, although it's not, did I not give it, what did I call it? New message. Oh, I put it in the name. Let's try that again. All right, and then let's do add a light gray border. Okay, and then let's do, no, not some padding. Let's do a subtle drop shadow. That looks pretty nice. That's looking closer to this. Nope. We need a border radius. But this is the actual text area. Actually want this. We want this like up here on this part. On the wrapper. Kind of like this. Except for we don't want it to be the full width. Give it a width. It doesn't respect the width. Okay, time to go to chat. Let's see. Why doesn't this element respect the width property? Thinking a lot. Right, it's not respecting the width. 500 pixels. ChatGPT is not going to get me out of this. Y'all are going to have to help. Position relative. Right? Let's see what it says. There could be several reasons. The element has a padding or border. No. Oh, it wants more context. So let's do this. Text area, new message. It's inside of a footer. Okay, so this is kind of, maybe that's it, right? No. Yeah, okay. So it's just that it's, you know what it is? It's this web component in here. Like, I don't know why things are huge in here. They're not that big. If I was to look at it in the browser, yeah, that I'm over here spinning my wheels, y'all. All right. So we're getting close. But we don't want it that big. We want a width of, yeah, we do. We'll just leave it at 500 pixels because we're in this like weird, I don't know why it's so big in this live preview. Okay. So we want this to be full width. Yeah, wow. Okay, stop. There we go. All right. but full width. And then we're not gonna resize. We know no border, no border. How does it know? That's really, really weird. And then it's extending out of the end of this box here. And I believe that's because the box sizing needs to be border box. Yeah, there we go. That's a text area trick for you. If your text area is misbehaving, set the box sizing to border box. Okay. I don't know why it does that, but it does. What's up, Everton? Thanks for being here. Your first time on the live stream. I hope you're enjoying watching me just fumble through this, right? Switch to some UI framework. Oh, nope. Sorry, it's the wrong one. Switch to some UI framework. I know this is why people use the CSS framework, because you can't remember the stuff. You don't want to fight with it, but we're doing it the old way. We're rolling the hard way, the hardest possible way. Okay, so we're getting pretty close here. In our box, I feel like we need some padding on this thing, on this sucker, like padding of 5 pixels maybe. That look pretty nice. And a border radius? No, border radius of 10. Yo, look at that, y'all. But how do you get rid of this highlight? How do I get rid of the highlight around a text area element that is added by Chrome when the user selects the element? Text area focus outline none. What are the odds that that's right? Is that right? Y'all think that's right? We're going to be specific here. Whoops. Holy crap. It works. Thank you, artificial intelligence. My keyboard is just it's like an Apple. It's an Apple keyboard. Would recommend these tools? Would using these tools as a beginner? You know, I don't know. I think so. If you can sort of like stop yourself from, if you're really trying to learn it, if you can stop yourself from just it's like a calculator, right? Do you want to learn math, or do you want to just punch numbers into a calculator? Copilot does require a paid license. That is true. Question is just whether or not you think it's worth $9 a month. Okay. Let's see. So we've got no outline. And so now we want to center this div. And so what I'm going to do here is on this margin auto, it's not respecting the margins, but I actually know why this is. But in case you don't, you could just say like center the element. And it's because it's an inline element. It's not a block level element. And so, but it's still not centered. Is that because this element's not centered? Center margin auto. Whoa. Margin auto. What? What is happening? Why is it doing that? Does this also need a border box? Box sizing, border box? Yes, apparently. No. What's going on here? Back to the dev tools. No, you know what? I want to see it in the browser. See, here you can't hardly tell. Let's inspect it. Let's see, text area, new message. Oh, it's like there's padding on the left. Is there padding? We've removed the padding, right? What's going on here? Is it on the footer? The main padding, because I put padding on it. No. Let's see here. What theme am I using? This is GitHub Dark Dimmed is my, oh, because I think it's this footer padding here. So if we remove this, yeah. So let's just put some padding on the bottom of, what was that, 1 rem? Sure. Oh, we're there. We are there. Mostly. Okay, so now we can start writing some code because we got our UI kind of handled here. So what we want to do is, let's create a JavaScript file. We're going to do all of our magic in here. So let's go to, let's link this. So let's see, script. Yeah, that's kind of nice. Knows that. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so what we want to do here essentially is handle the on enter for this new message. So since we're not using any frameworks, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to assign this to, no, we're not going to use jQuery. We're going to make our own. Document dot get element by ID. Yeah, that's what I want. And then I'm going to use, yeah, for query selector all, right? And so that allows us, for those who haven't done jQuery, we can do this to get our elements. So the first thing we want to do is handle the enter key press on the new message text area. So let's see what happens here. A new message, add event listener, key press. Okay, so key code 13, that seems right. Hold on, I can't, I'm gonna make this even smaller. This zoom is oppressive. Okay. So, okay, so let's do, right? Because this is how you debug JavaScript applications. Set the width to max width 500 pixels to be responsive. That's a good idea. Max width of 500 pixels. Look at that. And then it just fills up exactly how much. But I don't, what I don't like about this dev teacher is I don't like that. I feel like it needs the footer. It needs more padding on the left and right. So let's do padding. I realize I could use shorthand here and padding right, but we'll be very specific. Whoops, that didn't work because it's going to push the whole thing left. I'm not going to mess with this right now. CSS is a black box of despair. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to be productive. Okay, so the enter key is pressed. Will that work? Does this work? This doesn't work. But I don't know actually if that's a limitation of the extension. Yeah. So the enter key is pressed. So okay, so we're handling the enter key. And what we want to do here is we want to have the way that the Open API works is that you have this array of messages, okay? And there's sort of like 3 kinds of messages that you send, and you have to send all the messages every time. So there's like, it's an object. So each message is an object, and there's a role, and the role can either be system, which is the prompt. It can be assistant, which is the response that you get back, or it can be user, which is the response that we're sending. And you have to send all of this every time, right? So to start with, what we're going to do is have a role of system, and then we're going to say that the content is, so this is the prompt that we're giving it. So we're going to start with, you are a sarcastic AI assistant. You are text wrap. So let's see, you are always right, and you are annoyed that people don't recognize that. You Copilot. I mean, we don't swear on the VS Code live streams. I have to take this out, but maybe this works. But we're running a Mr. Rogers stream here, so no. No, you're always right. People, let's say it's okay to be rude because it's sarcasm because it's the truth. Oh man, this is so good. So yeah, this part's going to be given before our prompt, right? This is what the user's never going to see this. It's going to go in the background with the request. Okay, let's leave the prompt alone for now. So what we want to do is every time this enter key gets pressed, what we want to do here is we want to add the new message to the messages array. Yes. So let's see what Copilot does here. So we're going to push on. Yes. So it knows that we have this role user and the content is this.value. Is this.value? Because I guess this is what? E is the event, this much. Let's just trust that this is actually the case. Okay. And then let's change where's my spaces? Tab spaces to. All right. Screen froze. Sorry. Welcome to the stream. It's kind of a disaster today, but it's funny. Hey, Angel. What's up, Angel? Everybody say hi to my good friend, Angel. She's awesome. Okay. Here we go. So first of all, that's going to bother me. So then let's add a message. So we're just adding a message here. And then what we want to do is now we need to call the OpenAI API and send this over and get the response back. Okay. So a function that calls the OpenAI API and returns the response from the completions endpoint. So before we do this, let's jump over to the, let's see, OpenAI API. So let's see here, like under the quick start. So introduction. No. So tutorials, text complete, chat completion is what we want. So it's going to give it to us in. So this is the response. And the request, you have to pass a model and then see the messages. The role system user, assistant user. So this is what we need to pass. We're not going to be using any libraries though, because we're not using Node and we're not using Python. So we're just going to do this the hard way, which is to actually call the REST API. So let's see here. What's under tutorials? Quick start, classification, adjust your settings, build your application. Yeah. Add your key. Actually, I should log in here because I do pay for this. Tutorials, we already text completion, chat completion, prompt design. Now I'm going through the doc. You know what? Like, let's just. How do I call the OpenAI REST API? Okay. Okay. So I feel like this isn't right though. OpenAI, Engines, DaVinci Codex. Um, shouldn't I be specifying the model as a header property? Isn't that what they did over here in their API docs in the chat completion? I swear they did. Yeah. Messages. I feel like there's an example in here somewhere of using the REST API. OpenAI REST API. Is this it? Oh no, Beach Ball of Death. Use API reference tab. I don't know why my computer is cooking. There we go. You could have saved me a step. Sorry, thank you, Matthew. This is what I want. This is what I wanted. Okay, so curl OpenAI v1/models authorization. OpenAI making requests. There we go. This is what we need. So what about this? Translate this into a JavaScript function. Will it do it? Yeah. So that looks better to me. Chat completions, got the header, got our API key. Here's the body. Yeah, let's take this. So let's get rid of this for a second. And let's do, whoa. Just add to, there we go, add the cursor. Get chat completion. Okay, so our API key is window.api key. I think that's what it's called. Yeah. The model is GPT 3.5 Turbo, I think is what we want. What are they using here? Yeah. So 3.5 Turbo. And the temperature, I'm not exactly sure what this does, to be honest. We could read the docs. What does the temperature setting do? See if it remembers the context. The temperature setting controls the creativity of the generated text. A higher temperature value will result in more creative and diverse responses. The degree of randomness, it's a relatively high value, and more creative and diverse. Okay, so what's the highest value? Oh, okay. So it goes from 0 to 1. All right. So let's set it at 1. Let's put it at 11. Yeah. Thank you. There we go. Got it. Look, y'all, I have to use the restroom. I don't know what else to do. I had too much coffee. I'll be right back. Give me like 30 seconds. Talks amongst yourselves. Our producer put up like a banner or something. Yeah. I'll be right back. I'm back. No more fluids till the end of the stream. My bad. Would it be possible to build a website with no coding experience? I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, I'm having trouble enough as it is, and I've been doing this for longer than I want to say. All right. So we set the temperature. The only thing I don't like here, okay, so this is an async. We've got our API key. We got our model. Our model is 3.5 turbo. So for messages, though, we want to pass the messages array here. Well, actually, you know, we could just use it directly, but I don't like that pattern. So let's just pass it here, and we'll just pass messages like this. Now this is interesting because this returns choices. Like it knows to get the first, because the first message will be the response, right? Choices.text. This says choices.message. So this could be wrong. I think this is wrong. I think this needs to be message, right? And then content, according to, yeah, okay. So close, not quite. All right. So now we can try this. We could try this. Oh, Peter, I have the live preview extension for VS Code. It's live preview. We're definitely going a little long today, folks. That's okay, though. We're just going to stick with this. That's what gives you the preview inside of VS Code. All right. We're going to go to the browser, though. So I feel like we're ready to go over and test this, but we need to call it. So we're going to push. So we're pushing the value of the text box, and then we're going to call. We're going to get the response from the OpenAI. And let's see if it knows. Yes, it does know, but it's in an async function. I wonder if I change this, like maybe it'll give me an async instead of a promise. Yes. Very nice. Copilot is too smart for its own good. What's going on here? We're building ChatGPT. Look. This is what we've got so far. Show you. You're going to be super impressed. Boom. Right? Yeah, too much coffee. All right, so it's time to try this. So const response, and then can we just alert the response? Look, alert debugging in JavaScript never goes out of style. Okay, does this work? There's no way this works first try. Hi. Yeah. It's going to take a minute for the response to come back, but I'm guessing we got errors in here anyway. We do. Failed. Server responded with a status of 401. Invalid API. I did provide an API key, unless my API key is called something else. Give me a second here. What is it called? Oh, I'm not actually loading it in anywhere. 1 second. That would be helpful. There we go. Let's just try this again. Here. Hello. Okay, so we got a response. What was the response? Let's look at just so here's our from completions response. Object created, model, usage, prompt tokens, completion tokens. It actually tells us how much space we have left, because at some point, like our messages array is just going to be too big or have too many messages in it. Why am I using, hold on, I'll answer that question in a second. Role assistant content. Well, hi there. I see you finally decided to acknowledge my superiority. Took you long enough. Okay. So that's the content, which is inside of the message, which is inside of choices. So choices.message.content. What did I say? data choices 0 dot message dot content. So what's the problem? Cannot read properties undefined at reading content. Oh, really? Well, let's do. Where's sources? There we go. We're in it now. Let's figure out. Let's do it this way. Yeah, there's the error. Okay. This is gonna be a little messed up because we're gonna have 2 messages. Should be fine. Okay, so data choices sub 0 dot message dot content. Choices sub 0 dot message dot content. What is the problem? You have 3 S's. No, I don't. Gosh dang it. I mean, Copilot, could you just look at that and just tell me while I'm doing it? Thank you, Frederick. You have a good eye. All right, now we should be getting a result. Now we should. Hi. Greetings, human. How may I disappoint you today? Okay, perfect. So now what we need to do is, we got it. Making progress. So now we've done most of the hard work, haven't we? We just need to start adding these things to the screen. So we have this main element here. So let's create a div in here that we call conversation. And it's just going to be just so we can have something to attach to. And then we want to put each of our messages inside of here. So in ChatGPT, what they do is ChatGPT. Me in. Hi. So there's a different style. They put they've got a nice border. So we can just put the message. We'll have to alternate them. So we're going to need a way to distinguish that. But I think we can use this. So if we're pushing a new message, but we want to also add the message to the conversation div. So we're going to create a new div here, class message and user. That's good. Okay. Inner text equals this dot value. Append the child. That's it. Okay. So that should work, right? Let's see. It's not going to be styled, but it should at least. Yeah, there it is. Okay. When we get the response back, what we want to do is we want to add that response to the div. So add the response to the messages array. Now here, right, we would use, no, this is wrong. It's assistant. Oh, come on, man. Content response. Yeah, that's right. And then we need to add the response to the conversation div. So at this point, we're going to do the same thing over again. So let's extract this into a new function. Now, we actually don't need Copilot for this. We can extract into inner function in the global scope, an anonymous function, extract function to global scope. We'll call it add message to conversation. And it passes this because it needs to know the element. I don't know why it's giving it a type, but we're just going to call this element. Actually, because we need to rename this. So let's do yell. Okay. We're passing, why are we passing the element? Message div, create a new element. We don't need this. We don't need this, right? No. What we want to do is pass the message that we want to create. So let's pass the message here. Then here we just need to pass the message. Right. Well, actually, we want to pass the role and the message. So then here we want to pass the role because that's going to help us when we style it. So if we have a div that has a class of message and user, we want that to be different from message and assistant. Did you ask ChatGPT something in German? Yeah, no. So Julian, this is a good question. When I was over there, I asked it. What I did was I just misspelled hello. I just said hello, and I guess that's German for hello. Is that right? Yeah. So it answered me in German, which is kind of cool. All right. So we are adding the message to the conversation, and we're going to pass message. We're going to ask the role, which in this case is user, and we're going to pass the message, which is this value. And then we're going to do that same thing again down here. Let's see if it knows. Yup. Okay. So Copilot's like super good. Could have been Dutch too. Okay. Hello is hello in Dutch and German. Today you learned, because you didn't learn anything else on the stream. Yes, you do. Currently, you do have to use insiders to have chat. Is there any difference between insiders and normal VS Code? Insiders just has like the latest features in it. So like stuff that we're trying out, we put in insiders first. So really, I think we encourage people to be on insiders. If you want to help us, that's a good way to do it because we catch a lot of errors here, and then they don't come to stable, which is nice. You're helping other users. Good question, Fred. Oh yeah. So let's talk. Okay, let's talk about this. Why am I using a Mac over Windows? I have both. Okay, here's my Windows. You see my monitor here in the corner. So the reason why I was just at Build and I did a presentation and I used Windows. The reason why I'm using a Mac is because I have both machines and I just happen to have this set up here and this set up here today. But that's not always the case, right? But we use all platforms here at Microsoft because we're building for the web, we're building for Linux, right? VS Code runs on both platforms. So yeah, but I get it, right? Like I feel like maybe y'all see me use a lot of Mac and not my Windows machine a whole lot. And that's just kind of because of the way I have it set up and the filming angle. Okay. Fair question. Let's get back to this because I have to do some work at some point today. I do have an actual job. This is not it. Well, no, this is it. But like I have to do work. I have to make Word documents. Okay. So we're adding to the conversation user, and then we're adding to the conversation assistant. So we can test this. Where is our? Here it is. So hi, undefined, super duper. And then let's see, it doesn't actually give us back. Is it because we errored? Let's see here. Uncaught, failed to execute add. The token provided. Oh, look, a human graced me with their presence. How exciting. Contains HTML space characters, which are not valid in tokens. Does that, if I say hi there, do we get the same error? Okay. So for some reason, we can't set inner text to, right? So what do we say? We set inner HTML? It's dangerous. No, the token provided, add message to conversation. What is going on here? I wonder what happens if we do this. Contains. Oh, it's here. The error is likely caused by classless add message conversation. The role parameter may contain HTML space characters. Oh, no, that's right. What's going on here? Role. The role should just be. So we can figure this out. If we take this out, does it work? Hi there. Yes. So it definitely is the problem. Undefined and undefined. Okay, so we're not, so something's wrong. Creating a div, inner text. So let's move this back to inner text equals message. And child message div, message, message, message. So what's going on? We have a role and a message. We're passing user and this.value. Why is it doing call? We don't need to do that. I know why it's doing that, because it's trying to pass this context, but we're not doing that. We're not doing that today. We're adding message div. We're setting the inner text to message. Role. Yeah, but I'm setting the role right here, right? Assistant, and this is the message. This not value. Please work. Okay, all right. Yeah. It's working. We fix it. But I want to pass the role here. How come I can't do this? What if we do it on role? What's going on? But if I do this, it's going to error, right? No, now it's not erroring. Am I crazy? Am I insane, or did I just do the same thing I did before? I feel like this is so much of programming. You just do the same thing again, and it works the second time, and you don't know why. I feel like computers just mess with us sometimes. Okay, we're really close here, folks. We just need to style this thing, right? Like we need, so every time we add a message, we get so we have inside, we have a class of message user and message assistant. Okay, so we could say, let's start with our message class. It's going to be, and let's create some, to make this easy. Let's do this. And then let's put some fake messages in here, right? And that's pretty easy. All we need to do is, well, we'll put them in here. So in here, we have a div, message, user, hi there, and we have a div, close, div.message.assistant. Leave me alone. Okay. So now we want to style these. So let's do, so for our message, I think, so first of all, we want it to have a height of like maybe 3. For the assistant, it's .message.assistant, I believe, right? Targeting 2 classes. We want the background color. So let's give me a background color of like a light blue. We're not going to copy it exactly. Oh, that didn't work. Is it like this? Yeah, there we go. So it's okay. We could do, if we're trying to be just like ChatGPT, like make it, what is it, like a greenish color? No, whoa. What does theirs look like? That ain't it. Oh, it's a light gray. It's not even. So light gray. Give me gray. Where's the gray? There it is. Okay, cool. So we have that. And our message needs some padding. Good Copilot recommends 1 rem. Pretty close. Not bad. The whole of this, though, needs a sans serif font. How does it know? How does it know that? That's exactly what I was going to do. Oh, you did find the error. I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure I did make a mistake. It just feels like I didn't make a mistake. I mean, like, this is pretty much it, right? I feel like this is, I don't like this gray though. It's like too dark. This is where I spend all of my time when I'm building applications. Not that I do a lot of that anymore, but there we go. And then let's give it a border, bottom border dark gray. There we go. Does that kind of looks like it, right? I mean, I know there's like an avatar and then there's this thing over here where you can like edit the message, but how do they, but I want the text centered in the div. Do you think Copilot can do this? Center the text in the div vertically. I don't think you can just do this with CSS. I thought we would need another element. That's awesome. Okay. And then we could add, you know, like a picture over here. I feel like I want more padding on the left. It's like, what is this shorthand? It's like top right, bottom left. So one top right, bottom. Do I have to put rem on each one of these? Yeah, okay. Like 5, 4, 3. Yeah, okay. So now let's remove this. No, that would be bad. This is not what we want. Let's remove this. And man, I feel like we're done. Y'all, I feel like we're done. Hi there. Actually, we can make an improvement here, and that is that there's 2 improvements we can make. One of them is that we should clear this box out after we put a message in. And then also, I believe when in ChatGPT, when you say something, like, I need it to think a little bit. Tell me everything you know about hamsters. So it puts, it's too fast. I feel like it puts something here. I just want people to know that it's thinking when it's thinking. So it's like some visible. What was the response? I didn't even see. I didn't even read it. Hold on. Yeah, where's my cursor? Jeez. I mean, we did tell it that it was okay to be mean. How do you get it to be kind of rude? It's the prompt. We told it that wait, hold on. It's up here. We told it that it's sarcastic and that it's okay to be rude because that's the truth. And actually Copilot came up with this, right? Okay. So let's make those tweaks. So what we want to do then is, so now we're done. We want to clear out the text area. That will that work? Just setting this value to nothing. The icon could be on the left-hand side and the other side relative on the right-hand side. Yeah, that's a good, Rodrigo. That's a good. I mean, there's a lot of improvements we can make to this UI if we had the time. I want to test this though because does that work? That doesn't work. That's not going to work. Why would that work? You can't just set this value. So clear the new message text area. No, it's going to have to be, we're going to have to get, so where is this thing? New message. So we're going to have to set new message. There we go. No, it's still not working. Oh no, because you know why? It's not clearing it until after the fact. I didn't wait long enough. So does this actually work? Can we say, does this work? Holy smokes. Holy smokes. It did, but it works. Look, you can actually do that. I didn't know that. I thought you would have to select the element, but you don't. Man, that's nuts. Okay. So, but we actually want to clear it like right away so that the person knows. So as soon as this goes in, so we pushed to the user conversation. So as soon as we add the message, we want to clear it. And then what I want to do is I actually want to add, I actually want it to say thinking. In this add message to conversation, I actually want this. So if we say value, and then we're going to say, we're going to just set this to thinking. Thinking. Whoops. Thinking. Nope. Nope. Close. Okay. Hi. Okay, great. So now the problem that we have is finding tuning available elsewhere. I don't know. I'm not sure what you mean by this. We fine-tune the prompt for this little app that we're building, which you can't do. But yeah, we need to actually we need to update this. And like, this is like, if we were using React or Vue or something, this would be a non-issue. But because we're doing this all manually, we have to handle this, right? And this is the point where this should be trivial, but it's not. Also, how do y'all like my mini map? I changed it. Isn't that cool? I didn't know you could do this with shapes. I used to turn off the mini map, but this is dope. So I leave it on now. Okay. So what we can do here is I betcha, y'all, I bet you we can return the message div. And so up here, we can say response element equal. And then here, instead of, we can just say, can we do this? Response el dot, let's see if Copilot can help us. Inner text equals response. Will this work? Will this work? Let's find out. Oh my gosh. We got it. I hope y'all have enjoyed this. Again, this is not super complex and there's a lot of things we could do. Do you want me to push this to GitHub? Should I push to GitHub? Should I push to GitHub? My key's going to be in there. I guess I can make like a, well, unless you want your code to rot in obscurity on your local machine until the end of time, but hey, it's your code. I mean, the best part is the responses. Yeah, it's wonderful when things just work. Okay, let's push it to GitHub. And then I'll post it in the chat. Okay, let me push it to GitHub. I need to just take my key out for just a second. Give me a sec. Take the key out. Your key here. Your key, your open API key here. Okay. That's all that's in the key file. And then let's push it. So let's initialize a repository and say initial commit. With an emoji. With an emoji. There are no stage changes. Would you like to stage? Yes. Make sure. Oh, you know what? This is a relatively new configuration. So git config -- global. Is it global? No, git config. What did it say to do? Git config. Back to ChatGPT. How do I configure Git with my name and email? That's it. This is what I want. This is what I want. Well, check it. Check it. Watch this, y'all. We just added this to where you can do this right here. Run in terminal. Will it do both lines at one time? Okay. I don't know if that worked. Let's try. Yes. Okay. So now let's publish the branch. Publish to a public repository. And there we go. Open on GitHub. There's no README. So let's do. There we go. All right, y'all. Well, that was loud. Sorry about that. Thanks for sticking with me through this stream. That was a lot of fun. Oh, I should change my password. I'll probably just ignore this. We'll see you back here next week. Should we do more of these where we just like fumble through and try to build something? Deflex, yeah, I just don't understand the question. I'm sorry. I don't understand the question. Let's stop sharing my screen. If you'd like to see more of these, let us know in the chat. I had a good time doing this with y'all. Thanks for sticking with me. And with the help of Copilot, I think you can see that like it gets it right. Sometimes it's just off, but a lot of times it's just kind of magical. Yeah, that's crazy. All right, y'all have a great weekend and the rest of your week. We'll see you back here for something next Thursday. We'll do something else. Thanks so much for joining. Bye, everybody.